Hello, I'm Alison Cretney, Managing Director of the Energy Futures Lab. On career transitions, I started as an engineer in oil and gas, but quite soon felt disenchanted working on facility builds when I really wanted to see a clear relationship between my work and lowering environmental impact. At the time, I gravitated towards engineering in the renewables sector, which I explored through the solar division at BP, where I worked, as well as through connecting with some local community projects. Ultimately, though, I made the transition to working as a climate and sustainability consultant, primarily with energy sector companies, where my industry experience was a real asset. And that transition to external consultants felt like a way to focus more kind of upstream on impacting business strategy and more ambitious policies and practices. Although after a number of years in consulting, I began to feel frustrated with the relatively slow pace of change. So I went to Sweden for a master's degree in strategic leadership towards sustainability, and really came back from that on fire for working on systems change initiatives. I eventually found my way to the Energy Futures Lab, where we support diverse actors from all across the energy sector to look holistically at the challenge of creating a future fit energy system and support collaborative projects to help get us there.
Hi, my name is Joseé Thibault, and I am the Philanthropy Director at Mars Discovery District. Fundraising is not really a job that you go to school for, so I've built this career and I have a long history of different types of jobs. I've worked for an engineering firm, I've worked in market research, I've worked for telecom, I've worked in nonprofit, including childhood literacy and post-secondary institutions, and now for an innovation hub. I've done a pile of different roles over the years as well, everything from program management to volunteer management to sales and fundraising and research. And really, I've just let my curiosity sort of drive and take me where it wants to go. There's so much to see. There's so much to learn. There's so much to do. I can't imagine settling down into one sort of long-term career. So I really kind of see what's catching my eye, when I make a bit of a 5-year plan and then reassess every few years and see what else I'm really curious to know about. The way that I've been able to manage transitioning from one either career or industry to another is I really look at my skill set as sort of a basket of soft and technical skills that are, many of which are really easily transferable to different types of roles and different types of industries. So if you can figure out what those skills are that are transferable and then work to fill in the gaps. And I've done that in a number of different ways. I've gone back to school a couple of times, but I've also done a lot of seminars, a lot of micro-credentials, LinkedIn Learning, all of those types of things I do to build my skill set. And I also think it's really important to learn the vocabulary of a new field. So I follow thought leaders. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I belong to a number of different types of newsletters. And it's really all, in an effort to immerse myself in what's important in that industry, in that sector, or in that role. I think that coffee chats and informational interviews are really, really useful and really effective. I also wouldn't discount, though, just good old-fashioned lurking. So I often, if I meet somebody whose career I really admire, I take a look at them on LinkedIn and see what their career trajectory is. And more often than not, it is not a straight line.